All right, we are back. Killdozer spent the night living in this little hollow tree here. So let's go ahead and get him started up for the new day. It is dawn. And time to go back to looking at houses. Load up all of his equipment. All right, let's get to it. One thing that I had skipped yesterday on the previous day was looking at the Obsidian row houses. So let's go ahead and take a look at these real quick. I completely bypassed them. They're right across from the Shogun ones. So they're right here, although it's easy to see how I would skip them because they're kind of dark and dreary. Again, these are row houses, and again, exactly the same size as the others. We have no fireplace in here. We just have the big staircase here. And then here's the upper room. And then there's, on each one of these, there's a ladder that takes to a little upper deck. This is the 3-story one over here. I'm just going to jump over here. Has an upper deck. And then the 4-story also has a 4-story and then an upper deck as well. So I don't know, it's kind of a little too dreary for my taste. It's a little dark and depressing. But this may be a really good type house for if you're trying to play a certain style of game, or if you want to decorate your lot in a certain way. So that's the 2-story, the 3-story, then the 4-story. Again, each one has a balcony on the top on the roof, so you can do some stuff up there as well. But let's continue on. We'll go take a look at the other row houses starting off with. We haven't looked at the Kobold row houses, or is that the only one we have left? I think maybe it's, well, let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, these are the Kobold row houses. So we had the 2-story, and there are 2 versions of the 2-story. We had the one with the alcove on the right and on the left. And again, these the Kobold houses are kind of metallic and stone. I kind of like the inside walls here. They're so kind of interesting. Again, they don't have a door here, so that's good for if you want to use this as a store. No problem with the staircase. And then the 2nd floor. So this is again the same basic layout that we saw before, just with a different style. And the Kobold style is kind of neat. So the 2-story with the different alcoves. We have the 3-story with the different alcoves, and then the 4-story. So of the row houses, let's see, I had to write these down. We have the standard, which is the wooden plaster. Then we had the stucco. Then we had the shingle roof. Then we had the Shogun. We had the Viking. We had the Elven, the Obsidian, and we had the Kobold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different styles of row houses, and each come with a 2, 3, or 4-story. And so it's a pretty wide range of things. Again, for a 10 by 15 meter space, they did a really good job on these things, really kind of differentiating them. It could have been just kind of slapped together kind of junk and say, oh, well, I'll take one of these. But they really did a really good job on these things. I like that a lot. So these are the Kobold houses over here. Let's take a look at these. This is the first of the Kobold village lots, the Kobold dwelling. And does not include this thing in the front. I got to be honest, this thing looks like a trailer to me, or a mobile home. Tiny one, too. This is the entire house. That's it. I don't know. I don't know if you get your money's worth out of that. If this is a style you want to go for, then I say go for it. But it's kind of lonely by itself. And they put this thing in the yard just to make it look less empty. This is the next Kobold village house. Kobold dual spire dwelling. I do like they did a little interesting out here. Let's see. Again, also very small. They have a little entry thing, a little main room, and then a little turret room over here. Very tiny. Now this village house for the Kobold I like a lot. In fact, Killdozer actually has this exact house in Desolus. And the thing I like about this is, first of all, you have like a little entry room, which is nice. Then you have the big main room with a back door here. But look at the staircase. I mean, this staircase looks like something out of a mid-century modern home in America. I really like this. This kind of cool. You go up the stairs here, little curved stairs, and you can do this as they have it set up as for cooking. But you could have this set up as a bedroom or a meeting room or something. And then you have the staircase, and you're in a little turret up at the top. Very cool. I'm going to practice my, I'm trying to get some jumping skills here. There we go. So, but I do like this one quite a bit. Much bigger than the other two. I'm not sure what the price, the prices always change online in the game for this. I'm sure that these two houses are super cheap. This one was a little bit more, but I tell you, you get a lot more for your money on that one. This next one is a Kobold Village house, and this one is called Kobold 3-Story Tower. And again, it's kind of small, but again, it is a tower, so this may fit in perfectly with a story or a design type thing you're going for. This is not a room you're going to put a house you're going to put a lot of furniture in. I mean, this is it right here. That's the whole house. But this may be a perfect design for something you're trying to do with your character. In that case, this may be good for it. But yeah, if you really like a lot of furniture and decorating and putting stuff on the walls, this is not the one for you. That ain't it. Stay away from it. All right, so this one right here, I think this is when we get into the town lots. Yes. This is the Kobold 3-story with open deck town lot. And this is actually really neat. That's an open balcony up here. A little side balcony as well. So this is a decent sized room here. This is a side door and a back door. Oh no, there's a back room. Look at this, another room. This is good size too. They had the same curved staircase I really liked in the other one. Of course, this is much bigger. This is kind of an outer room. So I've seen this house used in some other towns where they have like a furniture out here, and people can come up here and kind of sit there and watch people go by and things. It's really nice. They have a let's see what this is. Got a little balcony on the side. The same over here. Got a little balcony on the side. Let's just go to the other room as well. Oh, look at this. Okay, here's a big room, and then another staircase, which can't get up. There we go. The top floor, a little narrower. Very nice, very nice. I like this a lot. If you like the Kobold style, which I do appreciate, and you have a town lot, this would be probably a good choice to get. I like these steel beams too. This is very nice. I like this a lot. And finally, the Kobold City Great Hall, I think it's called. Let me get it far away so you can take a look at this sucker. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of it. I mean, holy moly, look at this. It's got a big, kind of a barn-style roof on it. You know, when I first saw this thing, the first thing I think of, if anyone here plays DC Universe Online, this looks exactly like the stadium that the Gotham Knights play in Gotham City in that game. It looks like, you could put a sign out here that said, home of the Atlanta Hawks. It looks like a big basketball arena to me. It just does. It's not much of a house. It's really just an arena. But it's very cool inside. But we'll take a look at it. But it does. It looks like a sporting complex. Okay, so this is pretty cool looking. If you've done the Path of Courage, you'll know that this is the home of the leader of the Kobolds. He uses this floor plan. So I've got this a little bit decorated. I love the dual staircases on the going up the middle there. So big room over here, big central area. They got a nice fountain in here. Big space back here. You got a room over here. So kind of a narrow, long room. They put a big table in there. Okay, I like this floor. This is okay. Now I've seen this, the golden version of this too that they did for the seed investors, and it's beautiful. All this railing is all solid gold, and it's actually very, very attractive. So we have this front room. Very big. So they got this decorated. I like this bed. Boy, oh boy, look at this thing. What is that? Baron Founder bed. Man, that's looks expensive. That's pretty nice. And there's another door over here. Let's see. Another big room. Okay. So again, this would be a good house if you're going to have some tenants. You could rent those 2 rooms out right away. And I don't think anyone would be too ashamed to live in that. That's really good. Here's another room you could rent out. And then this goes to, oh, private. It's like a whole private quarters. This would be a good double room for somebody. Like a little mini apartment. Okay. This is where it gets a little hairy. This room has the staircase to go up to the next floor. So you get this long, narrow room with 2 doors in it. And you got this gigantic room with another dual staircase. Well, let's see what's in here first. Okay, so this room you could rent out. I mean, another dual staircase. And then here's another room you could rent out. So this would be good as a hotel, I guess. Let's see what's in here. Okay, this is the big balcony looking out on everything in the front. But another dual staircase. Now I like this thing up here with the throne. This is really neat. Now this comes standard, not the throne itself, but the staircase thing. This comes standard. And again, if you've done the Path of Courage, you know that this room enters into that mission quite heavily. I like the big church-looking window too. That's pretty cool. We have a couple of rooms up here. That dragon looks pretty impressive there too. Again, here's the stadium roof. We need the scoreboard that comes down here. That should be a big round scoreboard right there, I think. Show how the Hawks are doing. Okay, another room for some rentals. So not a bad looking house. I especially like this top floor. This is really attractive. But again, I need a scoreboard and some concession stands. Open this up. Maybe have the goalposts coming down. I mean the baskets coming down. But it's big. It's big. Again, this would be good for renting a lot of rooms. If you have a city lot, you can make some money to pay your rent on a house like this by renting out a lot of these rooms. That would be really useful. Or if you had a guild hall, this would be good for that as well. All right, let's go take a look now at the Obsidian houses. We got these over here in this back corner. So here's one of the Obsidian village houses. That's just called the Obsidian village house. The Obsidians are not flowery. This is our house. This is it. You got one room with a little ladder. Goes up to the roof. All right, so you got a little roof action here. Okay, no frills. The Obsidians are very no frill type people, I think. Now here's one of the towers. Village-sized tower. One of my neighbors has this house. He really likes this quite a bit. Big solid staircase. This reminds me a lot of the how the Obsidians have their the epitaph in Desolus. We did an episode where we went through all that, and so this has the same style and same look to it. So it's kind of cool. So again, this would be really good for character development if you wanted to have a character that role played or something like that. Again, not much for furniture placement. Way up here though, aren't we? There's the stadium. All right. Let's come back down here. Yeah, furniture location is not the primary concern with this one, I think. I'm going to get my safe jump leveling up here. Okay, so here's a burned up house. This is just it's not really obsidian, it's just another thing. So again, if this is wood and plaster village burned, and this is just for flavor of your, if you owned a player-owned town, you may want to have this, just to add some flavor or something. Now this one, Obsidian Tower Town. I don't think we're going to go through this entire building, because I think we get the idea. Same basic thing, tall tower. That. It's hard to see how tall it is with the trees there, but it's big. And then this one, which I think is actually kind of impressive. This is the city style, city size. It's got 4 towers to it, and they all connect. Obsidian Keep City House. I'm kind of interested in this one. Okay, see, I like this. This is kind of cool. Got this big thing in the middle. Little staircase here. You have another staircase over here. Wow, this is impressive. Oh, I see. So we have 4 individual towers up here. So I think these are very similar to the village towers, but you get 4 of them. This is kind of cool. Now I can see using this as a really cool guild hall. That would be fantastic as a guild hall. That big entry area, the first couple floors, that's really cool. All right, let's take a look at what else we have. This is a nondescript one. This is a guard tower, wood and stone guard tower. Again, very tiny. That's all it is. And this is something that's used in we did a mission in Arteris on Killdozer when we first started out, and which used a couple of those towers stuck together. So that's one we've seen before. And then back here behind this wall is, what is this? Wooden plaster 3-story village. Okay, they just have that. We got some ruins that you can get. Now back here we have the Adobe style houses. Now they've taken a lot of these out of the game. This is the Adobe stables that you can still purchase. And unfortunately we don't have actual horses in the game, but it's there. This is a pretty nice one, the way they got it set up. This is the Adobe 2-story with 3-level terrace. You got a turkey in the yard. Now my problem with the Adobe houses is that it's so crowded. So these are some of the buildings that you see in Desolus, which I really like. I like the desert style, but it's very crowded. Let's see if I can jump off the roof yet. Maybe for the best I landed there. Yeah, there's more to it than that. You can kind of go around here. There's another staircase here. I don't know. It's just too crowded for my taste. But I like the look of it. I really do like the look of it a lot. It's just a little too hemmed in. Now this one over here is the Adobe with roof access village. This is a 1-story. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. So very small. I'm not sure if these are still available. I guess they are since they're inside this the wall, but I haven't seen these before. Now this house I've never seen before. This is the Adobe brick 2-story keep with courtyard. Is a city size. These other ones are village size. I'm curious to see what this thing looks like because it's kind of neat on the outside. Let's see here. Little rooms over here. Another door here. Oh wow! Look at this. This is cool. This is like the Alamo or something. Wow, this is really neat. Staircase going up. See now, then you get into the problems with it's being so tight and squeezed in over here. A lot of doors and tiny rooms and so you got that little tiny room and then you got another hallway back here. I like this area right here, and you need a big fountain in the middle of it. But, yeah, it's a little too tight for me. So those are the Adobe ones. Now this one over here, we're getting into the Shogun style, you can see, but I want to take a look at this one back here first. What is this? This looks like an old style castle. The stone keep for towns. So this looks like the classic castle style. Okay, I've seen these quite a bit. This is town level. And I guess you can put something in the middle. So you have walls in the middle here. So you can walk between the walls, and then you have the upper level. Okay, so this is like a castle, but on a budget. So it's very small. You're probably not going to put a house in the middle here. This is for town size. All right, let's take a look at these Shogun style houses. Now this is the basic village size Shogun bungalow. It's not very large. It's, there's a one-room thing. What is this thing? Tanzu chest. That's pretty cool. So very small, very simple, but attractive. You can do a lot of decorating in the yard on that one. Holy cow, look at this sucker. How big is that? This is for the city lot. Shogun 5-story city lot. Okay. Wow, this is big. And here's the backyard. Here's the front. Okay. So it's 5 stories. This is the second story. I think all of the largest of the city lots for all the different styles are quite big. And I know that the developers have talked about the fact that if they make a house with a lot of rooms, smaller rooms, then some people complain because like it's too crowded, it's too tight, I want more space. But if you do a lot of houses like this where it's like giant rooms, people say, well, how am I going to decorate this thing? It's too big. So I don't think you're going to be able to please everybody, which is the good thing about this game is they have such a wide variety that you can get, basically what you want. And the things you don't want, you don't have to get. They have a little bit of something for everybody in this game. Now there's a player-owned town that I ran across a couple of days ago, where this entire town is the Shogun style. All the houses are, and he built his own castle, castle walls and everything, and has all these buildings, all these Shogun buildings in it. The entire thing is all Shogun buildings, and it looks really cool. It's actually quite beautiful the way he's got it designed and everything. He has a map with it's an island. I think it's no, it's not. It's the grasslands. It's the forest number 2. Forest number 2. So it has these big trees in it, and it's actually really, really cool looking. He spent a lot of money on the thing because he has like 4 different crafting station buildings. He's not using them for crafting, but just because they have the right look for what he's trying to do. Here's a town size Shogun. We won't go through the whole thing because I think you get the idea. So big room and things. But the way he designed it is really, really awesome. I liked it a lot. So with all these different buildings, you can do a lot with these things and really design to your heart's content. I think this is the village, Shogun Village. Yeah. So same basic idea. This is a little bit more reasonable. For me, I think village size houses are my favorites, just because they're big enough that you can spread out and do some interesting things with for decorating, but they're not so big that you go, oh gosh, I need how many sofas in here? You know, I mean. In that Kobold basketball stadium, I mean, at some point you're going to have so many sofas in there, it's going to look like an airport terminal or something. So, now this one, we have 2 of the ships here. I don't know if that one's still available even, but it's still sitting here. This one is really, really cool. Let's take a look at this. This is a city-sized lot. And this is the Airship. City-side area. And this is no longer available in-game. They recently pulled it. They haven't moved it off this lot yet. But this is an awesome looking ship. I love this house. This is one of my favorites of all the houses in the game. It's a ship, but it's considered a house. So you come up here, and here's the main deck. It's just absolutely beautiful. You can go up here and see everything. Now you can't get up to the big balloon thing. That's separate. You can't do that. Now here is the captain's quarters, like you've seen in pirate movies and Horatio Hornblower movies and stuff. You can decorate this all any which way you want. This is actually a decent size. It faces the back of the lot. And then down below here is where the crew's quarters. So you have this hallway with dual doors here. So this is where the crew would stay. And they had this, I guess you can make this like a washroom or something like that, or the hole where they can put the troublemaker sailors or something, a little closet. This is just really, really cool. They did a great job on this. This is really neat. There's one over here. This was the house. They did this with I think Star Citizen. I think it's a Star Citizen game version of the ship. Cloud Imperium Navy Airship. Maybe this isn't the one. There's one of these things that has something to do with Star Citizen. I think it's out on the outside of the wall here. Let's take a look. I think this is the one you can go up to the balloon. Oh no, this is it. This is what I'm thinking about. See, it has all these cannons and things on it. So same idea as the other one, but it's all enclosed with walls now. You know, on the other one it was open. And here's this was the captain's quarters, but now it's open. And then you have another deck up here. You can't get up there. One of these ships you can actually climb up to the balloon. So I don't know. This one, I don't like this one as much as the other one. Let's see what's down here. You can go down. This is the below decks thing. It's probably the same. It's a little shorter. Oh, okay. So they have rooms down here for this is where the captain would be, I guess. Yeah, this isn't as designed as well, I think, as the other one. Okay, so that's that. Now again, these are all the houses that are inside the walls. And then outside the walls, they have the houses that are no longer available in game. I mean, you can still buy them from other players, but they're not for sale in game. And also the standard houses, shops and things like that. So, for instance, here's the guard tower. If you own your own player-owned town, here is the bank. You can put this building up. Here is the magic shop. So these are all given when you own a town. The armor shop. So they have all of these. This is the tavern. Weapon shop. So they have these. This is the old barn. I don't think the barn is available anymore. This is actually a really good barn, though. And here's, of course, the Oracle House. You can place that in your player-owned town. And then down here are some more of these buildings. The fishing shop. I think that's maybe one of the smaller of the ones. Let's see, this is the combat shop, crafting shop, cooking shop. Not sure what this one is. Now, they used to have a lot more of the old houses up here. Here's a couple that they've discontinued. Oh, that's the ship I'm thinking about. Yeah, these two right here are just, these were specialty ones. This was a shingle roof village. That's kind of sad looking. I don't know. It's not too much to this. That's it. That's the whole house. It's a village lot. And the same thing with this one over here. You know, village lots, if you buy the cheapest player-owned town village lot, it's $350. If you get one, you can get a cheaper one if it's taxable. But if you're going to spend all that money on the taxes and stuff, is that the house you want to put on your lot? I don't know. It's kind of back here is the Roman style. This is still available in game. I think they just don't have any room to put it inside the wall. This is a cool looking house. This is what the Lunar Dragons have as our guild house. And they have the front over here. It's really, really cool. It's basically 2 giant rooms. But for a guild house, that's what you need. Yeah, this is a big front staircase, which is very, very impressive. You got these big doors here. So you have the giant room here, which is really cool, with windows up here. And you can put, what we do is we put trophies and heads and stuff, troll heads and things up there. And then over here, it's a little trap door. And you come down here, and this is not a basement. This is the lower floor, because remember, we wanted the staircase, the big steps. So this is, we use this for crafting. And of course, if you want a basement, you can put a basement down below this as well, because this is technically the first floor, the lower floor, and this is the main floor. So this is a really cool house. This one's fairly expensive though, but it's really nice. It's city sized lot. All right, and then we have a few more houses over here. There's one of the other, and again, we haven't looked at any of the water houses. Though a lot of the water houses are like the houses we've already looked at, but are built on top of water. So I didn't take a look at some of those. But some of those are pretty nice. But they're available to look at here as well. Let me see, this is the one I saw earlier that I thought was kind of cool. This is a discontinued house. It looks like one we already have, right? Let me show you. It's a village house. It's village rather than row. Look like it, and it's wide open. This is big. So it's a village style. So it looks like the row houses, but it's extended. It's bigger. So that's pretty neat. You know, in fact, this is a building that's used like in Arteris. This is the blacksmith house where that Zangoff, he lives with his crazy wife who has the young boy as her sex slave upstairs. Yeah. I think this is the ship I was thinking about. Let me take a look at this. The Queen of Chaos. That's very neat. This is very attractive. I think this must have been a special... Oh, so it looks just like the other one we saw, but it's all black and gold and stuff. Yeah, they got this decorated really cool. This is really neat, except for the trees coming through the window. Yeah, here we go. See, look at this. There's a ladder here. And now we're up there in the balloon. So you got more space up here. This looks like a super expensive house. Yeah, it's no longer available. I don't know how long it was available or what kind of price they had on it, but I'm sure it was quite high. So that's a look but don't touch house there. Now look, we've got a couple of these dry dock ships. So they have these as dry dock, and they also have these as water lots as well. This one is called, this city, Dry Dock Pirate Galleon. So you can buy it on land, or they also have a water version. I don't think I've been on one of these before. Let's see. It's getting dark again. It's dusk again. Oh man. I am spending a lot of time on this video. Sorry about that, guys. I could do this kind of stuff all day. I love looking at real estate in real life as well as in game. Oh, I got cannons on here. And another lower deck. Yeah, sometimes on the weekends I'll do this kind of thing, looking at open houses and stuff all day on a Sunday afternoon or something. It's just I just find that fun. So okay, this is it's a little crowded. This ship is neat. They have a lot of stuff in here, but it does seem a bit crowded. This is the main deck. I don't remember seeing main decks like this so crowded. But they do have a lot of rooms in here. What's up here? Okay, there's the steering wheel, for lack of a better term. And then right there is the Shogun ship. Same basic idea. All right, I'm going to get my points on safe fall today. Let's take a look at this one before it gets nighttime again. There's some more stuff over there. We'll take a look at that. The Shogun style. Same floor plan. There's some different decks here. Ooh, on the front of the ship. Oh, we could have done that too over there, it looks like. Okay. It's more colorful. It's like it has a party deck on it. I'm up there. I don't think I can jump down there. All right. Okay, so what's over here anyway? I think this is more houses that are no longer available. I'm going to turn on my night light. What is this? Village, oh, there's the inns. There's the Elven Inn, and the regular inn, and the Haunted Inn, and okay, these are all the inns. So they put these over here. Again, these are available. They just weren't able to fit those inside the walls, I think. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. This has been probably my longest episode ever. I probably should have cut it in half, but I didn't think to do it. But hopefully that you enjoyed this. There's a lot of things to see, a lot of things to check out. Come to Hometown, take a look at any houses you're interested in, and see what you think. So until next time, this is Greg 29407 along with Killdozer saying arrivederci, and we will see you next time.